Alright guys, welcome to the Media Hijack Podcast. I'm your host, Billy Walters, and joining me is Chris Unholy Jesus.
Hey, welcome back, family. Welcome back.
Welcome back, beautiful people. First, I want to wish everybody a happy Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Which is coming up this Sunday.
Yeah, it came up quick, man.
Oh, we're matching today with the green and red.
Yes, I didn't realize it until I saw your shirt. And I was like, all right, I was close,
Okay, we matching today, you know.
No, I'm not exactly Christmas, but,
Like a good couple,
yeah. Gotta flex our status into the world,
Matching socks.
Yes.
Oh, I had a look too.
Oh, yours is great. Black. It's clear, man.
It's about there.
Yeah,
it's about there.
I'm trying to make it work.
Yeah. Well, we hope everybody enjoy the holidays. And we are going to have an episode next week. Because You know why? Because Christmas is on Sunday. Now we're back to work week next week. So it's sweet. We're not taking no more for December.
No, this is it.
Yep.
That did cross my mind. I was like, you know what? I took a break last week.
Let's
power through this shit. Let's power through the shit.
Yeah, it would have been too long.
Yeah. We got a show to keep.
But we're going to have to take 1 week off in January for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know when. I'll be ready.
Yep. All right, so welcome to the Media Hijack Podcast that brings you the latest news and the most intriguing stories from around the world. Join us as we delve into the world of conspiracy theories and explore the mysteries that lie just beyond the veil of mainstream media.
Yes, sir. We'll cover everything from government cover-ups to secret societies and everything in between. Mm-hmm. So if you're a fan of the unconventional,
I am.
The unexplained, and you won't miss out. You're gonna miss a single episode. Don't miss any of this shit.
Don't miss a single episode if you like all that stuff.
Yes,
we cover it all. That's gonna be our new intro.
Yes.
Just for the new listeners, we're just
testing it out.
Yeah, that's the gist of how we do this podcast.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. It's not just all weird conspiracy stuff. We talk about normal stuff too.
Yeah, normal people stuff.
Yeah, Media Hijack.
Yeah, so everything, anything.
All right, so this first topic we're gonna be doing was from one of users from YouTube that left a comment talking about the 14 Eyes Alliance. I saw it and I looked into it and I was like, yeah, we're gonna run this as one of the main topics.
This is right up our alley. So
yeah, user YYJ.
Oh shit.
You know who he is because he's one of the main one that always like comments on random videos.
Okay.
So thank you, dude.
Appreciate it. Thank you. This is a good topic too. I liked it.
All right, so let's get into the 14 Eyes Alliance. Have you guys ever heard of a thing called 14 Eyes Alliance?
Not until you mentioned it.
Yeah, I didn't know either. So it's like this group of countries that share intelligence and cooperate on matters related to national security. It's kind of like a super secret club for governments, except the membership is publicly known.
Now.
The membership of all the countries are known. So who's in this club? 14 member countries in total include the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, aka Cianada, Australia, New Zealand, Denmark, Norway, the Netherlands, Belgium, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and Sweden.
Yeah.
So these countries, they all have agreed to share intelligence and work together on issues relating to national security, which means they have access to each other's classified information.
Yes.
And resources, which is the big thing. Which I don't think 90% of Americans, maybe 99% of Americans don't even know this.
No, at all.
That we share classified information with
other countries.
Yeah.
One of the interesting things I came across when I was reading about it is that how there are, Edward Snowden, he kind of exposed a lot of this stuff too.
Yeah.
With the NSA and whatnot, but a lot of this stuff when it comes to spying on citizens, there's some lines that countries can't cross. And so the loophole is that, hey, United States, who wants to spy on their people or certain things, they can't do it. So, hey, UK, we're buddies. Spy on my people, then let me know what's going to... Because they're not... Because it's like this is weird loophole now.
Yeah.
Where legally they can't...
Yeah, that's the crazy...
Yeah.
That's the real crazy part about it. Because, if you're doing something illegal and then, our American government, we can't spy on you legally. It's illegal. So the loophole will be like,
get your friend to spy.
Hey, ask your boy in Belgium, can you spy on this dude named Chris Unholy? Yeah, sure. We already got like a whole database on this guy.
Chris Jones,
Cool.
the Chris Jones?
Send it over. So that's like their loophole, like to bypass like the laws of spying on their own citizens.
Man, that's like it's like the show. You remember the show Cheaters
Yeah,
with Joey Greco?
he got stabbed.
Yeah, he got stabbed and he fell off the boat. This is like Cheaters. Like, hey man, I know my girlfriend's cheating. Can you find out what's she going at all times?
Private investigator.
Yeah. This is what this is to me, but on a much dangerous scale. This is a much bigger scale.
Yeah.
Like, hey England, I think my people might be trying to take over the country. Can you?
Yeah, they say like this, like, yeah, we already know like he's dirty, but can you just get your hands dirty and then
See if they're dirty?
Yeah, can you check if they're dirty? Like, we know they're dirty, just we need on paper.
And then you tell us that they're dirty. So
Yeah, and then they're like, oh yeah, we just got intelligence from Germany that so and so they're researching red mercury and they're using it to make nuclear weapons in their basement. Germany told me that. Like, oh, okay.
no, not that we had anything to do with it. They just told us.
No,
we didn't know.
We didn't know. We just had a feeling.
What? My people doing this?
We had a whole file cabinet feeling about this certain individual.
Oh man, that's scary though.
So that is scary. Another scary thing about it, you know how when people they go to sites they're not supposed to, they would use like a VPN service.
Yeah.
But here's what I found out about the VPN service. Even the government, CIA, they can still ask the VPN service that you're using to gather information from you. So they can literally give up the information that you use so-and-so, and then they'll tell you everything that you search.
I always had a gut feeling about that with VPN. And anybody who's been alive within the past like 5 years who's been seeing commercials on YouTube or whatever, VPN. So many commercials and ads about VPN. And every time I would see these ads, my brain kept thinking, there's no way they're going to give us that much like wiggle room to do just hide out within from the rest of the internet or whatever. It's still going to be monitored in some kind of way. Yeah. Even though that's not what's being promoted as. But so to read this and see about the whole VPN being brought up, I was like, okay, I was at a feeling they were still being monitored. It ain't like you just do. I mean, they played like a nice ways with the VPN ads of, watch Netflix and watch the Netflix selection of of the UK and America. Yeah. And they can't do nothing to you about it. I'm like, no, it's more.
Usually, like that's the innocent way of using like VPN, or like the way I was using. I mean, like the way I was using. I mean, the way I was using VPN, it wasn't to watch TV shows. It's
a guy I know.
What I was doing, I was using it. I'm not gonna say it. Never mind.
No, please. I don't want to get locked up, man.
But it's nothing crazy, just so you guys know. But I was using it for a different reason. But there's something where you have to change your VPN to allow you like access to like what I was doing, which is nothing crazy by any means.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing like, oh, I'm gonna get you for this.
Some kids.
You silly person.
What are you doing watching kids on your VPN?
Yeah, fuck that.
I've always been kind of like. Yeah. I've always been kind of like very sketch when it comes to allowing people to giving people wiggle room to work on the boundaries of like online. I remember back when I was in the military, and when it came to stuff like social media, government computers had no access to like MySpace or Facebook or anything. Like there was no access to it at all until one day, as time went on, when I was in the military, they started giving us access on government computers to be on MySpace and Facebook. And a lot of people was happy about it that I work with. Like, yeah, we get on computers now, and it's not being blocked by government computers and whatnot. And in my brain, I'm like, okay, they're just making it easy to watch you. Like you just. And people have been reckless on government computers and getting caught up in some silly shit, all because it's almost like they gave people the rope to hang themselves with. Basically, when it came to like giving them access to social media on government computers. Yeah,
it's like don't you think like your information is being monitored?
Yes, you think they just let you just do whatever you want on a government computer?
They're like, damn, with the emoji face of an eggplant the whole time. Like,
oh shit!
Goddamn, these soldiers are sending eggplant.
It's all these eggplant emojis.
Jesus Christ! They see the genitals of like the whole platoon, whatever you call it,
all over my messenger and shit.
Like, goddamn, like
That's all they care about is dick. Jesus.
America.
That's all they care about is penis? Like
is anybody on watch? Like, they're pretty busy on that Facebook.
all day. Also, before we continue too, there are also additional members or people that the 14 alliances, they're eyeballing like I think like 5 or 6 other countries or regions to join along with their information network. Like kind of like countries that they're either eyeballing or just waiting in line to be like, ooh, pick me next so I can join this whole thing. And so one of the countries is Israel, which I'm not surprised. Israel is making some waves right now.
But they're not a part of the original 14 members,
at
right?
all. Now, the names I'm about to read off, they're not a part of it at all.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
But they are either like it says in addition to these members, there are other countries that are considered partners or affiliates to the 14 Eyes Alliance. So these countries are Israel, Japan, South Korea. I'm not surprised by that because that's America. America got that shit on lock. Singapore and British Overseas Territories. So like the British like the British Virgin Islands. I think parts of Jamaica. Anything that used to be ruled by like British colonies back in the day. That's still ran by Britain for now. But since the Queen has just died, a lot of these countries are backing out from. They want the Queen to be removed from their money in these other countries. Like, man, she's dead. We want to be our own country now. So whatever islands they're gonna have after this shit's over with, they're kind of looking at too as
King Charles crypto coin.
Probably it's probably gonna be the next wave. But a lot of these countries that used to ride with the British Empire back in the day, they backing away. They don't like that shit. They want to be their own people. So I can respect that. Whatever country's gonna be left over for the British Overseas Territories, those are the ones that are potential candidates to joining 14 Eyes.
It's wild how these countries, they have classified information on each other and stuff. So you would think like when something big happens, like let's say somebody is planning like an attack on Capitol or whatever, a big event that's going to happen. You would think like with all this information that they're getting and they're spying on everybody using, AI algorithms to detect what type of behavior they're looking for in an individual who's, about to do something ridiculous. You would think they would be way ahead of the game and could prevent like any major attack from happening, right?
Yeah, you think they would be on it, on top of it.
Yeah, but then you'll still see these wild things happening to where like if they were able to get information like beyond the walls that we can reach, wouldn't they be able to prevent a lot of stuff from happening?
Well, you would think so, because with the 14 Eyes, it originally started back in like 1941.
Yeah, that's a wild thing about it. It's a long time ago.
So this is like this was started before the U.S. even joined World War II, but at the time the U.S. and Britain were sharing like information back and forth with it's kind of like code breakers and all that, trying to decipher stuff. And after World War II was over with, they were like, hey, we need to keep information on everybody because now we're entering the world of communism.
Yeah, and
this basically just kind of formed out of communism, along with like a whole bunch of other stuff that was used against people for information. But this is basically kind of born out of the fall of World War II and then the rise of like the fear of communism. Because if anybody, I wasn't around back then, none of us were right in this room, but back then, America and Britain and other countries they lost their shit. It was like this term called, it's like this era called the Red Scare, where they was fearing that communism was going to spread everywhere around the globe. And so this was kind of like a way to combat it in a lot of ways. Basically kind of like to counteract it from ever like come across the ideology breaching like anybody's country, whatever.
It's so wild how they had that idea way back then, which it would never even cross like a normal person's mind.
Oh yeah.
Like even to the early 90s, nobody would even think that we even being spied on, like not even a little bit.
At all. I think the late 90s they finally admitted like their existence.
Wow, Bob in the chat saying snowboarding end of the month. Off topic, sorry.
But yeah, what was I saying before? Oh yeah, so did we talk about the 5 Eyes yet? Like the 5 main ones?
Not yet, but I actually gotta use the restroom real quick. We'll come back. We're gonna continue on this 14 Eyes Alliance.
Let's go.
And then we'll continue the podcast. Be right back, guys. It's not illegal to not listen to music. It's illegal.
nigga to be naked. What's the point in thinking? I am a God that create my own language. You ain't been to the education. You don't realize I'm so frustrated. People think a lot about motivation. It's very like being a maniac. You ain't got the answer. You ain't got the answer. I have a condition called synesthesia, where I see sounds. It's not illegal to know.
Hey, yo.
And we are back. You're saying something about the Five Alliance?
Oh, yeah, the Five Eyes.
Five Eyes Alliance.
Okay. So before the 14 Eyes Alliance, there was the Five Eyes Alliance, right? Now, these are the OG members, the one that started up. It started off in 1941, and then it really became a thing in 1946, where they started doing cracking down on communism and stuff. But the five main players that started out, that started this shit right here, is the U.S., the U.K., Canada, Australia, aka the Upside Down, and New Zealand.
Prison Town.
P Town.
P-Town.
But yeah, so they went up starting all this, and then just throughout the years, they just started forming this network around the world of gathering intel. And for people who don't realize how important intel is, shit like gathering intel and whatnot is that shit can make or break a country. You could destroy a country by gathering intelligence and just slowly just turn it apart even on a government level. The CIA is infamous for that shit. They are infamous for turn down.
I'm a wolf.
There's this. I'm trying to remember this term. If you want to take over a country, send in the military. If you want to say that it's if you want to take over a country, send in the military. If you want to tear up a country, send the CIA or something around them terms.
Yeah.
Because that CIA will they be doing deals and stuff, but it's all information that they have, so they know who the players are, how to approach them.
They will dismantle you
everything
internally.
They will remove you out of the government and then put someone else in that they want, type shit. That kind of goes along with.
They will literally clone you in the Cienata labs.
Cienata, yes.
Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But that's so crazy. You know what's wild about this whole shit, right? After I mentioned all the 14 countries, you know what big country that's not in the alliance?
China.
China.
China ain't fucking around with that shit. China's we own people.
China voice got deep too. They're like, get off me.
14 what?
We made you guys. Literally.
China and Russia. Two countries that are in
Russia, two big countries that.
Well, China and Russia are kind of like this, though, I think, on some level.
I think China has something to do, a little off topic a little bit. I think they have something to do with taking over the spirit world. Well, I can't talk much about that because you guys would be so confused.
They're like, man, I thought we were talking about.
I thought we were cool.
He was cool, baby.
He went spirit mode.
No, he went full spirit mode.
He went spirit mode. But yeah, back to topic.
Right. So, anything else you want to add on to it, or?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. My bad.
But here's the thing. I'm trying to read the notes how it was written.
Got you.
Wait, I'm not gonna read that one. All right. So there's also been concern about which member countries share information with each other and how they. We already talked about that. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So the bottom line. The 14 Eyes Alliance is a complex and somewhat secretive group of countries that work together on matters relating to national security. While it has its benefits, it also faces criticism and controversies over the years, and it is important to be aware of the potential risks and implications of this kind of cooperation, because when you're working with multiple countries like that, gathering information that's really sensitive shit. Mm-hmm. You can only imagine the chaos they can create by, let's say, accidentally releasing crucial information about somebody's government,
Oh, hell yeah.
Because if they have classified shit like that, and then they release something that's super sensitive that can overthrow like anything. That's dangerous.
It's a wrap, man. No, straight up.
That is dangerous. So why is the 14 eyes necessary? They're saying like, even if they're like spying on like our citizens, like any country would be a smart country to have like that type of information on people, because you have to.
You got to monitor people.
Yeah, you got to. You got to cover your own ass, and you got to know who the hell is working for you, what information or what they know, what they don't know. You just got to know who's the good, bad guy. You got to know everything.
Yeah, and I get the existence of it, but on the flip side, through what I've just read about with history and intelligent groups forming around trying to, like, this is a power that I can see the usefulness of it, of trying to like stop terrorist attacks or any types of shit, or domestic terrorists if they can use it for that. And whatnot. But there's been times too where the government has like overstepped boundaries to target specific like citizen movements by using like intelligence. I think the main example is like COINTELPRO, which is the counterintelligence program. This was like really big back during the civil rights movement. It was completely designed to like derail the civil rights movement, like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all that stuff. And it was like just collecting intel, and how they was trying to derail it were, they would grab like black dudes who had like criminal priors, and you know the FBI would be like, "Hey, we get like you on probation right now. We caught we found this gun on you in your car. You're gonna go to jail for 25 years unless you join the Black Panther Party, and you're gonna work for us. And you're gonna give us intel, or you go to this rally and start a ruckus, or you're gonna do this." So they was implanting like people with priors and criminal priors, or buying out people like, "Hey, Martin Luther King's gonna be doing a rally on this day. We got information and everything. Go there, start raising hell, make it kind of wild, and also like just kind of like destabilize it." So it's like a way kind of like destabilizing the entire movement.
I feel like they're still doing that.
They never stopped. I don't think they've ever stopped doing it.
They're playing that same card all the time.
Shit all the time, and that's why
like get in there, John Cena.
You can't see me.
I'm just playing. We gotta cut that out.
We have to bleep that out.
We can't be live, man. We can't be out here live.
But so I can see like I see like the necessity of it.
Yeah.
For like, you know, just national security purposes. But there's been times where this shit can be abused on actual legitimate groups just trying to, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I can understand the normal way of doing it, but like you said, it being abused, I think it's being abused a lot.
Now.
I think they're over collecting data, especially on normal citizens. How many eggplant pictures do they need?
Hey, there was something that happened, and I don't know if this has anything to do with anything, but I thought like a chip on my tooth a couple weeks ago, so I took a picture of it, and I was looking at the picture, I'm like,
and the government knew about it?
Man, I started seeing ads about my teeth like 2 days later.
Damn.
All like everywhere I went, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't even take a picture!" Like
suffering from a chipped tooth. Like, hey, hold on.
It's like, we can do some coating on your teeth. I'm like, no, oh my god. Because at first I was like, why am I seeing teeth shit? YouTube, I get on Instagram, everywhere I went, like I'm seeing like teeth ads, and then it clicked in my brain. I was like, oh my god, I took a picture of my tooth. And so I'm just getting like bombarded.
And
like,
you never even talked about it.
No,
you just took a picture.
I just took a picture.
So they're going through your damn photo album.
And I'm seeing teeth shit.
Throw away the eggplants.
Because you know when you see like news articles and you get to the bottom, you see like these articles that kind of like custom made to you type stuff.
I think this makes sense now.
And my teeth, and I saw like ads about teeth at the bottom of articles I was reading. Even for like this episode, I kept seeing teeth stuff.
I can't take pictures of nothing no more.
I was like, hot damn, this is police state.
I better stop taking pictures of cute plants.
Like, oh.
They're gonna be like, hey,
you like plants?
Y'all like plants?
Yeah.
Jeremy says that's when they ask, can this app use your camera to collect stuff? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you give permission.
That's the one good thing about iPhone. Like they made it for any app creator, they would have to go through that where you would have to ask people permission to use, like, hey, can they use all your photos or whatever, or do you use selected photos? You know, so you have to. And Apple is the only one to do that. You know, Android, those other phones, they don't ask you.
They really?
No.
I thought all phones did that shit.
No, only Apple do it.
Because Apple be like, allow or not, da-da-da.
Yeah, they give you the option.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like with Instagram, I only do selected photos.
Yeah, photos that you pick, yeah.
Yeah, not... They
The
don't
whole damn camera
They
reel.
don't get the whole album.
I don't know who.
No. Not trying to show my fingernail. Not that I take... It's just an example, but yeah, you know. Come on. Yeah, Android and stuff, they don't ask you. The app's like...
I never knew that.
App's like, hey, what's up?
I thought that was like common courtesy across the board for phones to be
No,
like,
it's just Apple.
are you sure if
Yeah.
you want to...
Apple, the privacy, it's a little more difficult for the people to infiltrate, but it's still possible.
Oh, yeah. It's not,
Very possible.
For sure.
Yeah. They're all up in there too, you know? Unless you have to go to in the settings yourself, then put just selected photos, take the location off,
Yeah, take all that
take
shit
everything
off,
off, take
man.
all that shit off.
That's how them rappers be getting shot. They be taking pictures of the location. They be like, oh, shit, we got them. Like, they...
Yeah, they do it so easy for normal people. Like here's
you
my
will never
note.
find out why, man.
I'm literally on 5th Street right now at 5:30 a.m. or p.m.
Crazy, man.
Catch me.
It's not hard to find. It's literally not hard to find anybody nowadays. It's not hard.
For real. If we can find them, government knows the last meal they ate.
For all you people with crazy exes out there, turn your location off.
All right, so how to avoid the 14 eyes surveillance? Die. No. Now, if you want to avoid being spied on, you can use VPN service providers to help protect the communication with while you're online. However, if your VPN service provider is one of the countries that is associated with the 14 eyes, then you will still be at risk of having your information being shared to local governments. So if you're using a VPN server, right, but the VPN server company is within one of the 14 countries that we talked about, most likely, if you're doing something super illegal,
Yeah.
they can spy on that shit. Not just spy on it, they'll get in contact with the VPN service and tell them, hey,
Pull this.
what the hell is Chris Jesus doing? They'd be like, oh, this motherfucker trying to build nuclear weapons. And I'm going to tell America.
I'm telling everyone.
I'm going to tell America. But yeah, so if you're using, well, we're not trying to tell people to do criminal shit, but the idea is like if you use a VPN service in a country that's one of the 14 Eyes Alliance, most likely you're not safe at all.
Oh, hell no.
You can delete your history however much you like.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
they want to take you down and they just bored one day, your ass is grass.
I've got to a point where like with the deleting your internet history is only for from my understanding and
For
from
the
what I've
house.
seen, it's for your wife or significant other does not catch what the hell you looking up, or kids hide shit from their parents.
Yeah, it's for the house.
and it might be for your mind, for your like to make you feel safe. But in reality, like they can pull this shit up. It don't.
Yeah.
I don't even think they even need a warrant. Sometimes they claim that they need a warrant to dig through that type of shit to get your internet information. I don't think they got it, man.
They dug it already.
You agree to it already.
They just need the warrant to show it.
That's all it is.
Like, yeah, we got a warrant. Boom, and then they got all the information. already.
Boom, got it right there.
Hey, how'd you get it all? You just got the warrant. Well, I know a guy in Belgium.
I know a guy.
Yeah. So, secondly, if you also want to find a VPN provider that doesn't log your online traffic, assuming that they're telling the truth, there won't be any records of your internet activity for someone to get access to. However, it is important to note that other superpowers such as Russia and China have their own intelligence program. So just because it's not on the list doesn't mean it's not being looked at. But depending on your situation, use the discretion as advised.
Looking at you, TikTok. We're looking right at you.
Yeah, like more of this whole story. Don't do a fucking wild illegal shit. That
This is one of them things. It's kind of like police yourself
yeah,
type of.
like if you're
Like,
not involved in like some type of wild, big time criminal activity,
Don't really sweat it.
don't even sweat it. If you're just using VPN to go gamble or to go watch Netflix in Ukraine, cool. No, who cares? Nobody care.
What if they start locking up people for that shit eventually?
It's
I feel like intel shit sometimes is a slippery slope.
then they have to make more jails. Then that doesn't.
Oh man, you don't think, man? I can see in the future they're gonna start building jails on the moon. That jails are so profitable. I'm like, watch, you're gonna build a prison.
Like, why are you locked up? I was watching The Office in the UK because they took it off Netflix.
With Ricky Gervais. I saw the original one.
That's all I got for 14 Eyes.
Oh,
Which is interesting. Oh, you got more?
I did. I got a little bit some.
Leak it out.
All right, so this was something I came across where it says, what can the Five Eyes do? So this is the OG5, which we mentioned before, which was I lost the fucking list already. But, with the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, right? So what they can do is it includes surveillance systems they developed, right, called Echelon.
Damn.
Now, Edward Snowden actually did bring this up when he uncovered the NSA and all this other type of stuff, right? He blew the lid off this shit, and that's why he would never come back to America. I don't blame him. But it says, but Echelon is Echelon is a name given to an international electronic eavesdropping network run by the intelligence organizations of the U.S., U.K., Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. It is thought that within intelligence organizations, the name Echelon only refers to the part of the network that intercepts satellites and communications, right? By tapping into the grid, right, and whatnot. But so Echelon was always like this thing that was kind of like this rumored boogeyman back in the day. And the U.S. and U.K. tried to deny, like, man, this is not real. Like we're not really spying on you guys with our Echelon program and da-da-da. And then by, like, 1998, they came out and admitted, like, okay, we do have a program of spying on people. And it really didn't start getting traction until after, like, the war on terror began, after 9/11. After 9/11 came out, and that's when they pushed the Patriot Act and all this other stuff. It may seem like, oh, yeah, we're going to spy on everyone. They'd already been doing it before. To us normal people, we thought that this was just the beginning of them spying on American people with the Patriot Act, but they had been doing this already. They had been doing this, and the way they've been spying, and they said, like, and Edward Snowden had said too, saying that the two biggest culprits that was really bad on spying on people were the U.S. and U.K. They were the worst at it. They out of everybody that was really kind of abusing it, the U.S. and U.K. was like going back and forth, like, hey, that's almost like the two best friends in the classroom that's fucking around, like,
they're just so infatuated with
this mess,
humans,
just always spying on people. And it actually has like a couple of incidences where they were spying on people and starting to target people that they thought was part of terrorist organizations, but it was just people that just happened to be looking up stuff online. So they was going after wrong people that had nothing to do with nothing. So the intelligence, so it's kind of like a flawed system in a way of where, hey, you spying on John Smith over there because you think he might be a part of this terrorist organization, but he's really not. So maybe this intel thing may not be soundproof as some people think it is.
That's why I still, like, I'm pretty sure, like, they got, like, AI to scan, all that information to see if it's, like, legit or not, to see if it's, like, possible, like, reasons why a person would...
Why would they pick you?
Yeah. So they probably go through, like, this strict AI shit before it goes to, like, a real human. But I think once it hits that real human, they need to really comb through that shit to make sure, whatever person that they're spying on is actually legit.
Yeah.
Without rating him and...
Yeah, because now in 2022, it is a way of where an AI system kind of runs this shit and then helps who the human person is who maybe have to look into it or do an investigation. It helps assist breaking it down because there's so much information out there. So much to the point where it says, and this is from Edward Snowden with what he was talking about with Echelon, saying, like, the Waters estimates of its capabilities report that it can sift through up to 90% of all internet traffic. So they are watching every damn thing that happens on the internet.
Every step you take.
Everything.
Every move you make. I'll be watching you.
And Big Brother will be watching.
I'll be watching you. Like, hey, that song is getting a little real.
And so so they're monitoring everything. But like I said, this has been going on for so long that and like I said, I went down a rabbit hole today. I was shocked the more I kept reading about this with different things of type of things that they monitor. Right. So you have like this thing called Thin Thread. Now, what I'm about to mention right now is about to be all the types of communications that they monitor with this program. Like, for example, like Thin Thread, which is a total analysis, relationships, and patterns. It tells monitors which calls to listen to and what they should look for. So phone calls. Okay, they notice a pattern. or code words and da 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 da. And more likely, like I said, AI is gonna be doing all the legwork for this. And once it kind of picks out, like, okay, red flag on this guy right here, we need to monitor this guy because these certain calls, these locations, the words he's saying, he's been tagged for this. So the thin thread is basically, like I said, all through like just basically like phone lines and even relationships with people too and whatnot. And they got like the Z-score, which is an analyzing tool that index information such as emails, IP addresses, phone numbers, metadata, and so on and so forth, stored on multiple global sites. Because with all this stuff, with these 14 eyes, there's like this cache of one area where everybody's information is stored. And anytime some country needs like access to it, I guess like the main five or whatever will be like, hey, you guys want information on this stuff and this stuff? Go to this. This is like the cache of any information because they collect this shit on everybody at this point. It's like a specific spot where you just grab all the information that you need. It's like going to the library.
It's like an archive.
Yes, right? Straight up a digital archive to grab information on anything and anyone you need now.
Kind of like that Akashic Records, but the dirty version.
Yes, this is the way dirty version. This is much worse.
But you know, word on the street is like the Akashic Records. Even if you go up there and read in the library, when you come back to Earth, your shit get wiped.
So you forget everything.
So you forget everything anyway. I was actually there one time. You guys won't believe it though, but I was there. I was flying through the library. I was like, damn, this shit lit. I didn't read nothing though. I was just mesmerized by how big this whole shit is.
Every time we talk about the Akashic Records, I think of Interstellar when he was going through went to the black holes, infinite like bookcases.
Yeah, that's
books.
a good way. That's a good way of thinking.
That's
about
how I always
that.
think of it. Just like infinite like knowledge.
Yep.
What was it? And Tempora, which is a program that collects intelligence from undersea fiber optic cables. Which I didn't notice. There's like fiber optic cables that go underneath the sea floor.
Yeah.
Never knew this, but it's done for like bases out there and whatnot.
Yeah.
They even tapping into that too. They're getting all the information.
Yep. There's a huge cable that's under the sea that a lot of people don't know about, which connects us to like other countries from the other side of the world.
I never knew this.
Yeah, and the way like I saw how they built these cables, ridiculous technology is wild. The thick ass cables, not even a blue whale can even chew through.
For real?
What did I say, a black whale?
So they're like giant cables. I saw like a drawing of it, but I couldn't
it's like super insulated with like, I don't know, iridium crystals. I don't know what these cables are insulated with, but it's like super thick cables that just stretch from our Atlantic whatever all the way to the other coast.
Oh yeah.
It's wild. That's how they get these super fast information at lightning speeds.
Damn.
Like, hey, France, you got that shit on that one guy. What's his name? We got you. Lock him up.
Get him. Book him, Dano.
Put him in the slammer. Throw the telephone at him.
Instead of telephone. And then so they got like signal intelligence. They monitor that. So that's like radars and stuff. Human sources and what's not human data. And geo intelligence is basically just. It seems like they're starting to study more of like the information they're trying to gather now is more be like Earth, sea, air, and space. They're trying to gather information everywhere.
They want to know everything.
They want all of it. But yeah, that's about it for me with that.
Sweet. So that's about it for that one. They don't go nowhere. What I'm about to show you guys next is gonna be so mind blowing.
It's gonna be a good one.
Don't even leave. If you logged out, log back in.
Yes. Drop your kid.
I got videos like you guys gotta see this shit because my jaw dropped when I saw it because I'm like, this cannot be fake.
Oh, yeah.
Be right back, guys. And we're back. All right, so moving on. So what I'm gonna talk about next, I know we talked about it in a recent podcast, not a recent, old podcast. Remember Red Mercury?
Yes, I'm familiar with that.
So Red Mercury is supposedly this super rare and radioactive substance that can be used to create nuclear weapons or fuel for fusion reactors. But here's the thing, nobody really knows that it actually exists. So some people say it's a myth while others claim to have seen it or even have possessed it. So this whole thing with Red Mercury, it's one of those like unicorn myth that this shit doesn't even exist at all. But people swear by the book that this shit's real and they're selling it to people online. saying like, dude, red mercury is real, and you know its properties is like completely, almost like unknown to humans, officially, like on paper.
Like alien.
Yeah, alien like, because it's not even. It's one of those things that it's not on paper that it exists in real life. It's just an urban myth or like a legend, like a unicorn.
Yeah.
So according to some sources, red mercury is made from a combination of mercury and other elements. It has a unique property that makes it valuable for certain military and industrial applications. But here's the catch: like, there's no scientific evidence to support the existence of red mercury or its claimed properties.
So
So
they
it's
can't deny
like I was saying, it's not even on paper that this is even real. But I'm about to show you some stuff that's gonna make you question: okay, is it real or not, or what's going on? Was the red mercury like ever a thing? Because the videos I'm about to show you is gonna drop your fucking jaw. You're gonna be like, hold on,
Is this real life?
what's going on? You know. So it's kind of like one of those unicorn horns.
Okay.
You know, using it to make like nuclear weapons. Like, okay, what is it? All right, I got some videos for you guys.
Let's get it.
Let's watch this first video. The first video is not like red mercury stuff, but look at what they're about to show you about this one stone. Oh, wrong video. That artificial one. Look at this one video.
In the video, a man holds a paper with the date supposedly written on it. When he places the rock next to a water bottle, it becomes red.
Look at his feet.
But it gets stranger. Take a look.
Oh, I asked for too much. But the water turned red. So like I fucked up the video, but like in the video, basically, he put that stone right next to the water, then it started turning red, right? And the stone, if you actually look at it up close, it has like some German written words on it, but it's just a stone, you know. But that's like not the red mercury I was talking about. But look at this other stone that another person discovered. So they write the date on the paper, and this is a stone. It looks like some German writing.
Okay.
Another piece of stone. Right. So he puts it next to the water.
And when these videos were all posted, they amassed millions of views and thousands of comments, and internet users were completely baffled by it. On July 2020, similar videos were posted online. Videos that showed a supposed Egyptian rock that could do strange things. It would boil water. It would mess with electric devices.
Why would you mess up the telly?
And it would have absolutely no reflection, in a mirror.
There's no reflection on that rock. Watch this. Look. He puts the stone on the plate. No reflection, dude. This is all real time. That stone has no reflection.
It really is one of the most mysterious videos out there.
This is
and to this day, it hasn't been completely explained. In this video, a man shows that red mercury does not reflect itself on mirror. It repels from garlic. And the list goes on. It's somewhat a vampire substance.
So it's vampire?
However, other videos show that normal mercury does not behave like this. In other words, whatever the substance is, it looks like mercury, but it's something entirely different. Now, if you don't know, red mercury isn't exactly the same thing as mercury. The origins of red mercury are hazy. Evidence of it can be found in the work of medieval alchemist and philosopher Jabir ibn Hayyan, who wrote, "The most precious elixirs to have been blended on earth were hidden in the pyramids." In ancient cultures, it is believed that this elixir, being red mercury, had special powers. It could cure people and much more. The thing is, in some of these cultures, it is believed that this red mercury or elixir was buried together with the pharaoh's mummies inside their tombs.
See them.
But yeah, so like the craziest shit is when he put the stone in front of the mirror and it didn't have no reflection.
Yeah, that's the.
And I was like, okay, is that mirror made of fully like or covered in red mercury or something? Because when they were showing the video of him playing with red mercury,
The little drop over it.
yeah, when it was repelling or when it was scared of the garlic, but it showed no reflection, you would think like, okay, is that stone covered in red mercury?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah, like it's covered in red mercury or from red mercury or.
Yeah, it's crazy. The more I look into it, the more like people were breaking down these old instruments, like machinery, and they said that there's red mercury in these old like industrial devices back then.
Just to power it and shit, or just
Yeah,
as
like
a tool, or
like an
a
old
source?
school like thermometer or a but yeah, that video was crazy. The one,
hell?
the
I
one
was-
where the rock disappeared.
Yeah, I was over here just all quiet watching. I was like, I did not know red mercury was like this. This is.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is the red mercury. They were telling everybody that it was fake and stuff. I mean, who knows?
But yeah,
Maybe the reason why science didn't recognize it because it didn't fit in science because they had no explanation.
on any element on a periodic
Yeah.
table or some shit.
It's like they couldn't explain it. Like if they try to fit that into like their understanding of science, it will break down that whole science. So they couldn't even put it in.
Yeah, it might just prove a whole lot of
Yeah.
shit, maybe.
Yeah, it'll be like, okay, then we have, if that's real, we have to rewrite a lot of stuff. And they're
Yeah.
like, no, science is like already solid, whatever they know. But then if you throw in red mercury in there, and then red mercury is showing signs of like, okay, it's solid in your hand, but then it disappears when you put it in front of a mirror. What is science gonna say about that?
Yeah, there's one thing I have learned about with science though. Like if it's proven wrong, they will be like, "Oh, my bad," on some things.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
though.
you should make the adjustments necessary after that. But
But now it's like no, you
Like,
should respect the science and you shouldn't question it
yeah, I mean,
until you see something like red mercury.
that's like recently I just saw a story too. I think about like a meteor or something that they found like a piece of that like has elements within this meteorite that is nothing that's not classified in anything on human on Earth. There's like some new elements they just discovered too. Just recently, I forgot to put that story in my story today, but next week I'll do it. But this is what this reminds me of, just like a new unknown element that might change the game. I don't know what the hell we're gonna use it for. I mean,
Yeah. But like it says some experts believe that red mercury is just a hoax or a scam used to dupe people into paying huge sums of money. Just it's almost like they're saying, okay, red mercury is fake. They're selling it online just to trick people. Like it's not like a real thing.
I mean, I can definitely see people trying to scam that shit, but if it's real, it's real though.
Right, like
I doubt like the average person will be able to buy it. Actually, not even average person, just like a rich person. This is like some valuable shit if it's legit. That would seem.
yeah, like imagine having that rock in here and we doing it ourselves, the experiment, and it doesn't show reflection. And then they all call us like CGI artists, and we're like, we work 9 to 5. We're not no CGI artists.
We just regular people.
We don't work on Pixar.
I don't know, right? I'm not a part of some animation team.
Like, thank you, but like, damn, we just do a podcast. But yeah, that's that.
Okay, that was cool as shit.
It's cool, right?
That was cool.
Fun little story. All right, moving on. Chris has a story for you guys, so you guys sit tight.
Yes. All
Bob
right.
said it's a vampire. Yeah, vampire blood is red mercury.
Definitely. I mean, keep digging around in Egypt. You're gonna find a vampire.
Just make sure you wear like a necklace with garlic.
Yes. We understand that. What if this is like the prologue to us finding out vampires are real?
I think they are real.
Like right now, like they live amongst us.
Yeah, and they're making movies because they're bored. They can't sleep. They write script.
To stay up all night, write script.
We run script when you sleep.
They're probably video game developers too.
Yeah, for sure.
Just sleep in the office all day.
They have like contests with each other, see who can make like the next viral game and shit. I stayed up all night making Red Dead 2. Like, yeah, you did.
Because I'm a vampire.
Director / programmer and shit. Run the whole show. Moving on. Sorry.
All right. It says, Pentagon has received several hundreds of new UFO reports. All right. So what's going on right now with the Pentagon? This is from, I think, Huffington Post. The Pentagon just set up this new division called All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. It was just set up in this past July, right?
Mm-hmm.
So throughout the past years, for any of us, UFO heads and supernatural heads out there who like dig this shit, we've been seeing videos of jets catching UFOs flying around more and more, right?
Tic Tac, right?
Yes, little Tic Tac flying around, turning at 90-degree angles and defying all laws of physics.
Yep.
And now that shit's getting hot, the Pentagon is saying, you know what? We're going to set up this new program to where we're going to take in all calls from everybody. Because in the past, when people used to be calling whoever, whatever, about them seeing a UFO, a lot of it was ignored or just swept under the rug or they didn't care. But now, since more and more of these photos, during the era where we've seen all these pilots seeing all this other stuff, I think the Pentagon started taking notice, like, oh shit, this might be a real thing. We have to start taking all these calls seriously. Now, granted, out of all these hundreds of calls that the Pentagon has been receiving, there's been no real proof, but they're now starting to accept everyone's information as it comes in, as something that they need to look into. Because it seems like, as of right now, the Pentagon is really trying to, they want to understand some things about what are these UFOs. Because when we think of UFOs, we think that it's always going to be aliens. But from the article I was reading on Huffington Post, a lot of times, too, it might be weapons being tested that we don't even realize. Sometimes it might be China testing a weapon, they say, or the U.S. testing a weapon. And people just happen to catch it, but it's more of a man-made stuff a lot of times, or so that's what's told to us. But so far, they said like within says as of June 2021, the director of national intelligence reported between 2004 and 2005 there were 144 such encounters, 80 which were captured on multiple sensors of just shit flying around in the air and whatnot, and eyewitnesses catching it. And now, so with this new program that they just started, like I said, they've been receiving all these news and everything, but no definitive proof. So this new program is supposed to be smarter, and this was the part I was kind of like, they might be. This is the part right here I realized they might be taking this really seriously. Not only they're going to start to monitor the skies more and collecting information on it, they want to monitor, and they're also monitoring space and they're monitoring sea. But now they're starting to monitor these UFOs, if they're crossing over, if it's flying out the ocean, is it flying into space too? Mm-hmm. Or is it flying from space and flying back into the ocean? Or like, because like, people are seeing it in like one location or another, but they're like, I guess this new thing they put together is trying to understand, is it traveling in and out? Like, that's the connection trying to draw. Is like, are these UFOs coming from space and landing in the ocean? And the ocean's a hell of a lot bigger than the rest of this earth. It's a whole lot of places they can hide down there. Or they're going back and forth, or is it traveling? What's going on? Are they traveling? Like, are they crossing different environments, or are these UFOs strictly staying to the sea and UFOs staying to the sky? Or they're trying to figure out a connection right now.
Do you think travel, like the government, like they've had a program where it's already deep, where they're already studying like UFOs for a long time, but now they want to play like, hey, we're all a team, we're all in this together, and they want to involve the public in it too. Yeah, and then they want to act like dumb, like
we didn't know. Like, I could definitely see that too.
Did it came from the ocean or did the sky? Mm. And then they're actually playing dumb, but they know all the details and everything. They're like,
wait, you saw it?
Yeah, we know about all that, and we know there's like an underground base deep within the ocean.
I probably believe that more than anything else, because that would be a bad look if they came out saying, "Oh yeah, we've been on top of this for." Yeah.
But I think
before Roswell.
Yeah, way before Roswell. They already knew everything. Mm-hmm. But I think it's coming to the point now where they're being pressed against the wall to give out this information about, other beings or whatever entities coming from other realms or other planets and stuff. Yeah. I think they're being pushed against the wall to put out this information to the public, because the public needs to know, because we are the people of the planet, and people of the planet, we got to know this shit too.
This is our home. This is our home too.
Yeah, this is our home too. Like, you cannot have like this classified information just bound by like certain entities that the normal people cannot get access to. That's dirty as fuck.
I agree, man. This isn't like some this isn't like another country trying to sneak in over here or spy. This is like a human based thing. This is an otherworldly thing. Something that no one in humanity has ever, as far as we know, most people in humanity have never experienced life outside this planet. And yeah, this is something they should be more transparent with this than anything else, because this is a threat. This could be a threat to all of us. Like if something outside this world show up, fuck all that racism, fuck all that other shit that people beefing about on this planet. This is a whole new threat. This is a whole we got to change our way of thinking at this point.
Yeah,
and going forward. And
I wouldn't say threat though, but
and it could be. Oh, it might be some allies, good people, good aliens.
Yeah, I think more good than bad. Because if it's more bad, we would have been.
Oh, it
would have been chaotic a long time ago.
Yeah, we would have made it this far.
Because come on, any being that can travel like pew 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 like that, man, they can. If they just want wood, they can kill everybody. Just like can collect wood without dealing with people.
Or they just see us as ants.
Yeah,
like,
we could be like one grand experiment for a science lab for a 12-year-old alien being that lives on Euchronoton or whatever planet.
That has 2 suns and
6 moons.
Yeah,
yeah, we could just be one of those planets, just a test planet.
It could be, for sure. I was watching Power Rangers in Space.
Damn.
I bought the whole. This is like the.
Oh, you bought it?
I bought it on Amazon. I bought it like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. I was gonna say 20 years ago. You bought this?
As a grown man, I just bought this. Well, because out of the Power Rangers series, because recently I watched like the Power Rangers is now the series, which is still continuing.
Damn.
It's airing on Netflix now. Like, because it used to be like on
with your boy Zordon.
I think it's like somebody else now or something. It's called like Dino some shit. I don't know. It gives me anxiety because it's like a fast paced show. It's like too fast. I'm like, oh, okay, this is for the kids.
Like a TikTok.
Yeah, it gives me a headache watching it. I watched like the first couple episodes. I was like, okay, this is the new generation Power Rangers. But then something inside me is like, you know what? You should buy your favorite era of the Power Rangers in Space, which I thought was, to this day, I think story wise it still holds up. But the reason why I watched it is because when he met like the new Red Ranger named Andros, and the Power Rangers first met him, was like, what planet are you from? Are you human? He's like, yeah, humans just don't live on Earth. There's other humans out there too, but we all just don't live on Earth. Like, stop thinking like that. You're ignorant. I'm like,
wow.
I was like, right on, man. But the show's like, it's good. The more I keep watching, I'm like, you know what? This show is
story might be real
for a kid's show. It's kind of it makes you think a little bit more than.
We're from the Zeta Reticuli.
Yeah, he talks about like some planet he's from like a desert planet. Him and his sister and all that stuff where water was low. But he's like, they all look human, but they're not from Earth. They're not Earthlings. They're humans, but not Earthlings.
I bet the shit is written by like an alien.
Yeah, right.
So can I just tell one of my stories? Let me use Power Rangers because that's not like no one's gonna notice.
No, nobody, no at all, no one.
Yeah. You done with that one?
But yeah, that's it. Pentagon they trying to do something, I guess.
All right, when we get back, I'm going to talk about the artificial womb, and we're back. All right, moving on to artificial womb. Let me give you the gist of it. All right, so artificial womb technology is also known as ectogenesis or extrauterine gestation system, refers to the development and use of artificial devices or environments to support the growth and development of fetuses outside of the human uterus.
Okay.
This technology has the potential to revolutionize the way we think about pregnancy and childbirth and could potentially allow fetuses to be gestated in an artificial environment rather than inside of a woman's body. The ideal is you can have a baby outside of the human body.
Yeah.
Artificially being fed through a machine matrix like.
Yeah, it'd be like the Matrix where they had the people in the pods and
people in the pods.
They fed them like goo and they fed them like the deceased of other people that died in pods and they liquefied them and they fed them to babies.
Mad cow.
Yeah, it's crazy shit.
Well, I got a video explaining some of this artificial womb.
Introducing Ectolife, the world's first artificial womb facility, powered entirely by renewable energy. Ectolife allows infertile couple to conceive a baby and become the true biological parents of their own offspring. It's a perfect solution for women who had their uterus surgically removed due to cancer or other complications. With Ectolife, premature births and C-sections will be a thing of the past. Ectolife is designed to help countries that are suffering from severe population decline, including Japan, Bulgaria, South Korea, and many others.
That is true. There is a huge decline in population in Japan, South Korea, and that other country I forgot.
Bulgaria?
Bulgaria.
Yes.
I think reasons being is because of their culture, work culture.
Yes, I think there's a decline globally because I know U.S. has been talking about for a couple years now that birth rates have been dropping.
Yeah, for sure globally. But like the huge effects
hits
would be like countries like Japan.
Japan, I can definitely see.
Yeah.
Japan being on the top of the list on that one, man.
I think that country,
based off of culture, you know what I'm saying?
That country need mushroom help, man.
Something, man. They stressed out, man.
Especially like the people that's like a high rank guys that treat like their employees like shit. They work them like horses, and that's like the norm over there.
Yeah,
because the work culture is ridiculous. You got to perform at a wild ass standard where if we work one day in their shoes, we'd probably be like,
we're done.
We're done 1 hour in the shift. We're dead already.
A lunch break, what? There was a story some years ago where this lady, they found her dead in her cubicle, like in the office, because she had worked like 3 days straight and never went home. And just she died from exhaustion. And it was sad, but it was very good, like just insight on the work culture out there. It's like nonstop grind.
It's so demanding.
And that's why you see stuff like they have like stores of where if you're walking down the street, hey, you can play with puppies for like an hour because help like relieve stress. There's like a lot of stress reliever type stores to bring down, bring you down to a calmness, I guess, because it's such a grind fest from my understanding with that.
Like Japan would be like a super cool place to visit and shit, but if you actually live there and try to work a normal job there, I'm pretty sure that's hard.
Yeah, I've got friends who were stationed out there in the military and they thought it was like cool as shit, but that was different from actually living in the culture. That was in the military, so it's completely different from having to live amongst the people and having to work in these places.
You actually have to work.
Yes, and take the transits with the people on top of people.
Super crowded, passing out on trains. And the thing is, like, they're super rude out there too. Like
that city mentality, man.
If you were to, I heard a story. Somebody told me like they passed out on the train while they were in Japan. Nobody helped them.
I just stay there.
Just stayed there till they got up on their own. Japanese people like,
he'd be all right.
Bing, boom. Next stop, Okinawa.
Next stop, Okinawa.
Just like step over the body.
Did you see this? This is a video I saw recently, right? On I think it was Reddit. It was in Japan. Pretty sure it was in Japan, but it was at some kind of I think like some kind of lab facility or whatever. You see all these people wearing like these suits or whatever, not like kind of like hazmat suits type of thing. But you see like this other worker come up behind another coworker and pull out this wire and just sling it over his head. And like you could tell he was serious because after he threw the wire over his head, he twisted his body like this to tighten it, and he leaned after that while the guy was choking. So it was like back to back.
Yeah,
he was choking the dude out, just choking his ass, and all the workers just stopped and just started watching it. And after the guy fell to the ground, that's when they all like walked and was like, hey, step away, step away, step away. And I don't know if the guy died or not, but it was like, hey. But then he kept trying to attack the guy after the fact, after he was already unconscious. And it was like, okay, but there was like it was like a weird delayed reaction.
Why'd they catch him though?
Was it how they catch him?
No, why?
Oh, he tried to kill his coworker.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah. He walked up behind a coworker with like some kind of wire or something, and he like threw it over his head and pulled it. He pulled the wire and tightened it, but when he pulled it, like 'cause he's behind him, when he pulled it, he had like got behind him and like he like twisted to tighten up the wire.
Yeah.
So like the backs are now facing each other, and he just like leaned forward while the guy was like fucking choking.
Damn.
And all the workers were standing there watching. And the whole time I was like, what the hell? Like, what?
This is like in Japan?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Japan. But it was like a delayed robotic reaction. They finally stepped in when he fell to the ground. The guy, like, after he let go of the wire, the coworker he was choking out fell to the ground.
Damn.
And that's when they tried to step in, and they really didn't know what to do with the guy. I was like, maybe we should do CPR or whatever. But they kept the other guy back. But it was such a... But it happened in a work environment. It's like very... Most people would be like, hey, stop. But it's kind of like, hey, the reaction was so slow. It's almost like they didn't know how to react. It was like, should I stop working or should I help? It was like a weird...
Yeah.
It was very strange. Very strange. It's like people...
Damn.
Because you see some people still working. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, I gotta grind. I can't stop with this shit.
He probably practiced that shit too.
And more than likely, when I was watching the video, I was like, that had to be a supervisor. He probably got pissed off. Like, this motherfucker. I'm choking his ass out right there on the floor.
Yeah.
And it's just a stressful society, man.
They put so much load on people, like, damn. Like, you know, you're still humans. Go smell the damn flowers outside or some shit, you know? God damn. They burnt themselves out like that. Like, you know, if you move to America, you did that same amount of work, you'll probably be praised like a golden horse.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely get overtime. You would definitely,
Yeah.
You would definitely. I don't know if you
probably
get
make more money too. Like whatever skill over there is just skill level is ridiculous. Everybody they don't think like everybody's their own individual. People perform at different levels, but they expect people to perform at like these high levels when like their personality don't even perform at that level. So those people that they don't make that cut, they're the one that end up doing stuff like that, choking people out or whatever, going suicide for it.
Yeah, just ain't built for that shit.
Yeah, they're mentally, like, they weren't even built for that shit in the first place.
There's a lot of pressure on people, man.
Ain't nobody, like, not everybody's built for that robot job where...
Just grind, nonstop.
Yeah, like, where's the artist and the musician? We need those people.
We still have a society to upkeep. Not everybody needs to be...
Where's the plant mom at?
You know what I'm saying? Something. You got any botanists or... Somebody.
That's why you see like most of the people that they run like gardens and stuff. It's like OG people, old grandmas and grandpas out there.
It's never the younger generation.
Nope.
Younger generation is standing on the fucking monorail train.
Yeah,
fucking bunched up with each other.
Oh, I gotta build this app for Ling Long Ting Tong company
and burn myself out until I lose my mind.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like telling an AI bot, make this app.
Help me.
Please. I'm telling the robot, please. Help me make this application.
It does all the work for you.
That doesn't involve like Indian programmers.
That's sad though, man. But what the artificial wombs though, I can kind of see where...
I actually have another video after you finish.
With artificial wounds though, and there was some stuff the little bit of stuff I was reading about it, saying that it might be contributed to COVID and this, that, and the third, and I don't think that's what it really comes down to. I can see it as being a possibility as well too, of type of decline, because during COVID, a lot of people were expecting like COVID babies, like everybody was stuck in the house, kids. There's gonna be like this population boom, and then after COVID, well, COVID really didn't end per se, but from being stuck in the house with each other and whatnot, they saw that the birth rate didn't even rise at all. In fact, they saw it dipping down a little bit more. People weren't having as kids as much. And I think a lot of it really does come down to providing for a household nowadays is not as easy as it was back then. It is very difficult. For example, like when I was out of town, and I went to go see my girl and whatnot, and I went to go see a good friend of mine, who's married now, and him and his wife are opting out not to ever have kids. They don't want to have kids.
So they don't have no kids at all?
No kids, and they don't ever want to have kids.
Damn.
And when I was talking to them about it, it's like they're more comfortable. Their lives are more flexible while having kids, and it's already hard enough to take care of themselves. Kids would just be another burden on a financial level for them. They still want to travel and do things, and a kid will stop all that. And I think a lot of it comes down to like financial stability for a lot of people now, of like the term that's been going up for like the past couple of years is like the death of the third child, where most people are just having 2 kids now. The third kid shit is not happening anymore, and it's all because this is on an economic level, most people can't afford to have a third kid.
You hear that, Bob? Break that cycle, make that third kid happen.
But at the same time, it's like, well, is it worth breaking yourself on a financial level of it? And that's why birth rates may be dropping. I was like, if you want people to have more kids, pay people more, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what else to.
Food stamps don't buy diapers. I learned that from Eminem.
I mean, it can. I mean, but
I learned that from Eminem.
it can, but it's not a feasible. I think everybody should get paid a living wage, and then if you want more kids and to build up a work, if you want to have a stronger workforce, give people money to have more kids, because you only have more kids if you're going to provide for them. And I think that's the shift in the culture right now, where kids are opting out of this shit. Adults are opting out of having kids now.
Bob says no, thank you.
See, yeah, it's. 2 kids is a limit. That most people I know.
If Bob have a third kid, it's gonna be a girl.
You calling it right now?
Yeah, and the name's gonna start with a J too.
Did you see this?
Because it's like Jace, Jara, then the third one,
Janice,
Jacqueline. I'm just playing. That's kind of hard, right?
It's gotta be a J though. At this point,
has to be a J. She's gonna be like something.
Oh, Jeremy. Oh, shit. Keep going to J's. Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah.
She said no. Bob said no.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin.
Yeah.
But no, I think there's more to it of like a just like with like low birth rates, or just it's expensive to take care of yourself nowadays, man. It's
right, because you can go to Taco Bell, right?
Yeah.
Like I was trying to brag about this shit because I went to Taco Bell, only spent $7 on a combo.
Ew. And
they're like, "No way, you ain't spend $7." I was like, "I spent $7."
It's unheard of, man.
Yeah, even I was shocked when the dude was like $7, blah blah blah. I was like, did I order enough food? I was like, am I gonna be hungry after this meal?
Is my drink added onto this?
Yeah, but it was like a full meal. I ate. I wasn't hungry. I was like, oh.
So this is a meal.
Yeah, it was a meal.
Because like fast food's like snacks now, man. This shouldn't even.
That shit burn through your whole body. Like your body be like, what food? It burns through like shit. Your body's like, what food? You didn't feed me real food. You fed me fucking artificial chemicals, man.
I ate salad yesterday all day. I ate salad all day yesterday. I made like this big ass salad at this deli at my job. Went to the salad bar. I was like, I'm gonna just eat salad all day and drink water. And then I ate the salad the entire day. It took me all day to finish the salad.
Well, what dressing on the salad?
No, I don't put dressing on salad. I don't like dressing.
Okay.
I've never liked dressing. I used like Thousand Islands back in the day, but I don't do ranch and stuff like that.
So you just like freestyle.
I was just like,
pure grass food.
And I don't do lettuce. I'm not trying to sound like I'm an expert on any of this stuff, but I think spinach tastes better than lettuce. I think it's got more of a flavor to it. Lettuce just tastes like,
I like both.
Bland. I mean, I'll eat it on a sandwich or whatever, but I got like spinach and I think I like some tuna on the side or whatever. But it took me all day. It was a big ass salad. It took me all day to finish it yesterday. But when I finally was done, I was still starving. I was like, man, I needed like a.
You sure you ate like real spinach?
I don't know.
You're not coated spinach?
No, it might have been like
manufactured in a lab that's fucking ran by monkeys.
Well, actually, when I was eating spinach, I was like, is this from Fresh? That was the first thing that popped up.
It might be.
This might be some fresh.
Yeah.
This might be fresh spinach.
Because Fresh Express, like they do those like.
I remember that spinach.
Restaurant like.
Yeah.
Packaging.
They do like the spinach leaves and shit.
Yeah, the clear bags.
Yes. But like I said though, I can definitely see this being beneficial.
On the developmental progress of your baby.
Another video.
These data are sent directly to your phone so you can track your baby's health from the comfort of your zone. The app also provides you with a high-resolution live view of your baby's development.
They got an app to watch
A
your
special
baby.
section in the app allows you to watch a time-lapse of your baby's growth and share it directly with your loved ones.
An onion video. But it wasn't an onion video. And then I was reading the comments, waiting to see somebody in the comments saying, hey, this is bullshit. This is all fake. The whole artificial womb thing. And then on top of that, we're going to make an app for you to watch your baby's growth, the health and everything. Like through an app. And then look at this other video.
Thanks to a 360 degrees camera that's fitted inside your baby's growth pod, you can use your virtual reality headset to explore what it's like to be in your baby's place.
Okay, that's
See
crazy.
what they see and
Onion
hear what
news?
they hear.
You can use virtual reality to experience what your baby is going through.
Now, is this supposed to be like a possibility or what you can do now or just the possibility of when it...
I think, yeah, the possibility of what this company is offering to people that would want to go through the route of doing artificial womb, where they're gonna, you know, sell it like something that's the most convenient for you. Okay, you have your baby. Is your baby's being fed through this machine, but you'll get access through an app on your phone, so it's convenient for you to look at your kid's heartbeat,
I can kinda see that
how
being
it's
the thing.
growing. And then also, we're going to put these 360 camera around the baby so you can actually use your VR headset device and actually see what the baby's seeing. To me, when I saw that part, I was like, okay,
It's a little far out there.
it's a joke now.
Yeah.
And then when I saw this video, I was like, definitely a joke.
Hey guys.
Thanks to a 360 degrees camera that's fitted inside your baby's
Is that the
growth
end of
pod,
this
you
video?
can use your virtual reality
We
headset
went
to
back in
explore
time.
what it's like to be in your baby's place. See
Okay, I
what
didn't play
they
this whole
see
video.
and
but
hear what they
this
hear.
whole video right here.
Using a wireless
Right here.
haptic suit connected to your
Wireless
baby's
haptic
growth
suit.
pod, you will be able to sense their kicks in the womb and share this experience with your friends and family members.
Come on.
Yo, what if somebody's inside like banging some drums to send them?
Yeah, it's
to
not even your
simulate the-
baby. It's just some temp worker.
What if this is like, and this happened to me before, where I watched a friend's fish and they died, and I replaced the fish
Oh,
like a '90s sitcom.
so you actually did that.
I've done it before. I know I can never let it go. I felt so bad for doing it. But,
Damn, that is like a TV show.
But what if that happens with the baby? Like the baby dies, like, oh shit, we gotta replace the baby.
Oh.
It's like a goldfish type situation. Like, oh my god,
Replace the
I
baby.
gotta replace the baby.
What's the nationality? White.
Oh shit! Like she's sending us messages saying that
They're like, we good. We got a lot.
she's sending us messages saying that the kick sensor vest is not working because the baby's gone.
Ooh.
We gotta replace the baby. Oh my god, we need a spare baby.
She checked the app, heartbeat, so low.
We just sent her an email saying like, hey, we're going through maintenance, but
Yeah.
for the next 8 hours, but we're gonna.
Imagine getting a notification from your baby. Hey, he dead.
You're like, oops.
Baby dead now. Come on.
Would you like a new one? Do you still have your receipt? Because this is all gonna be paid for. This is not gonna be free.
That's like the wild thing about it. Like, would you think like these parents doing something like that, would they be emotionally connected already to the baby to where if they found out, oh, the baby didn't make it past like the artificial womb and it actually died halfway, you think like the parents would actually feel some type of emotional attachment to something that's not really physically like theirs like that?
Maybe the expectations of being parents, but maybe at first, but I'm sure like if this became like a norm and babies just be dying in these pods, like, oh shit, baby's dead, we can get you a new one. Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. I think people will become more desensitized over it over time. It's a different type of thing. I remember with my mom, she would always talk about like, being a mother is like unlike anything you could ever experience. It's you're carrying another being inside you, and you have this weird you have this connection with them, like the movements and stuff, and
Yeah, you make that
the
real
bond,
connection.
yeah, unlike anything a man could ever experience. But my mom always says like, it's being a father is one thing, but being a mother is a different level of type of love. It's like you grew this inside you, it's your seed, and I do think this kind of takes away from that, but at the same time though, it's beneficial for people, and I've seen especially through our generation with millennials. Fertility rate is not big anymore. Women are having difficulties more and more. Seem like having kids. So this would be a good way for
People that are not fertile.
yeah, or maybe you're just like a couple or just a couple who are just too busy to go through the birthing process of a kid, but you want a kid. This is be like, okay, adoption, but on what we want as a child. I don't know what's going to happen to adoption agencies after this. If this goes to mainstream, I'm assuming this would be a lot more expensive than adopting a child. Honestly.
Yeah, it's definitely not for the norm.
Yeah, this is top upper echelon of rich people that could.
It's like having
designer baby,
having a Ferrari baby.
Yes,
because like still like even like when they're in that artificial womb, I'm pretty sure they would still use that CRISPR technology.
Oh, for sure, man. Oh,
And be
hell
like,
yeah.
Like, all right, let's give him some like athletic genes. You know, I wanted to be a quarterback for like Atlanta Falcons one day.
Oh God, no! Please don't.
So like,
You can do better.
Give him an arm.
I love you, Falcons, but
Give him an arm like Matt Ryan. You know, like just for example, like they just want to build like an athletic baby. And
yeah,
shit,
we want like
you know?
I want like a Tom Brady baby, and I want him to have like 7 Super Bowl rings and
personality. Take it all down.
He's a robot. I want him to be like a stone cold quarterback.
That's all he knows.
The love of the game. I don't know nothing else.
Built just to be an athlete, you know.
Would you ever be fine with a designer baby? Would you want to?
I would never do a designer baby.
Custom make your baby, and
no.
Because when I think of designer baby, I think of when you play video games and you custom make your character.
Yeah.
Like, I want his eyebrows to look like this, and this is his eyes.
Because like let's say like you do all that, but then the kid comes out like it comes exactly like how you want it.
Yeah.
But it's not what you wanted.
What if it's like
it ends up to be like ultimate dick prickhead, and
what if
like end up bullying you? You know, you'd be like, "Hey, man,
why are you so mean to me?
I'm in a wheelchair.
I'm your father.
Stop it,
hitting me.
Tylon."
Why did I make you the strongest Captain America? Stop hitting me,
Tylon.
Okay, what if this is a possible feature right here, right?
Yeah.
Like we've been talking about with like AI generations, AI image generation, like with pictures and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if they incorporate that with designer baby, but you do it with like an AI generation of like generating image of like I want my baby to have like this hair, and but you as a person who wants your baby, you have to type it in.
Yeah.
Like you have to type in the prompts.
Yeah, like
to create your baby.
for me, it doesn't appeal to me, or I would think a lot of people in our generation it doesn't appeal to.
No, it's just too
But I
extreme.
can see it appealing to the younger generation.
and going forward too, for sure.
Yeah, it's their generation going forward. They would find like a more useful way of using like this type of technology because of how they're brought up too. Everything is like automated. You know, they don't have to worry about learning how to write a check or whatever. You know, everything's all automated.
Yeah.
So I would think like they would want that whole process, even with having a child, to be automated, as simple as possible. But they still want to have the experience of like having a kid without all the drama or the chaos and
All the
trauma.
bullshit. Yeah.
Push no. How about push notifications? Ting! Your baby's
Your baby's ready.
your baby is ready. Yeah,
Ding.
that's the only thing they want to push. Yeah, but I can see it happening. But
For sure, but not anytime soon. No, it's too.
when it does happen, I hope my ashes are inside of a volcano somewhere.
I still want to see how it turns out though.
Yeah, because I'm gonna like tell my wife like, hey, when I die, put my ashes in the volcano.
Really? Why volcano?
Because that shit's lit.
Mine is shoot me into space. That's what I want.
See, we got some cool ass ways to fucking go out.
Shoot me into space.
Hey, you guys heard this shit first? Like, when we die, anybody, if you hear this, that's in the family,
Tell the fam.
burn me up, get the ashes, get a drone or something, drop it off in, like, the nearest volcano.
The reason why I say this too is because I kind of want to come back, but kind of like how in the game Mass Effect 2, the main character was Commander Shepard. Spoiler, who hasn't played this game, that's almost 20 years old now, but he was the main character first Mass Effect. In the very beginning of the second Mass Effect, he dies in the
Damn.
cutscene. He gets killed.
Damn.
He falls to like a planet's atmosphere and gets like obliterated. But he winds up getting found by this this group called Cerberus, which is like this alien hating group. They're like racist towards aliens, but they want to bring him back, called the Lazarus Project. They rebuilt him all back, everything.
Damn.
Made him better than he ever was before. And now he's just like this some years ahead from where he was at when he died. It's like, oh shit, this is even stranger than what it was when I was alive in outer space. That's how I imagine myself, like my ashes, my urn floating through space, and aliens found it. Like, we got the technology. We can build them back from ashes.
Bring me back to life.
It's gonna take 9 months for the procedure, but we'll bring them back. And I come back and I'm on an alien world. Earth's been gone. Earth died like 500 years ago.
They'd be like, you guys want to see a dead body?
Just about that. Just
Come back to life. Yeah, because when I was watching Stargate, they had this thing, like it's like a catacomb tomb, right? But the tomb is actually like a regeneration type of device. So if you were like, let's say like 10% you're about to die, like your body's been like battered through like Pornhub or whatever, like you went through a train, choo-choo. So they put your body into like this tomb, right? For like a couple minutes, 100% your body's like fully 100%, everything is healed up.
So it's like an oven.
So
type shit.
yeah, it's like a coffin used to like bring you back to like full health. But the wild thing about that, like not just with Stargate, real life, if you go to like Egypt, they have these huge catacombs like that, and they're wondering how they squeeze this huge ass like a body shaped thing where you
Like
can
a coffin?
like a coffin inside like this little hole because of how everything was shaped and shit. Like how did they fit that in?
But it was like designed for the height of a human type of.
Yeah, designed for some shit. But Stargate, they were saying like that shit was designed to regenerate like humans back to their full health. Bob says Thor had many replacements body. Yeah, even Stargate, they talk about Thor, like who Thor is, and you know the whole
Odin and all that shit.
the whole lineage of how Thor came about, and it happens to be like an advanced alien race.
What?
Yeah.
With
that
Thor.
was actually within like the Thor body entity.
Oh.
It got so deep to where I was like, oh, okay, I think this is how like a lot of these old school folklores have, came about. Like through these old stories, but it was actually like alien entities like operating like a body like remotely from wherever they're from, but they're operating like a body within that planet, but it's still like an alien entity, but it's being ran remotely by an intelligence from somewhere far away.
Ah, damn.
And then Thor happened to be one of the guys that they created like this character to run a certain path.
What?
And then that's where that theory of the Thor shit came from.
Wow.
Stargate is deep as shit.
I realize, and this is the show, right?
A show on TV. And the show is so old, but they have like some fucking hidden gems episodes.
The show was old as shit. I watched bits of and pieces of it back in the day, but
yeah, so much hidden shit in there, and it's so old that then if you watch it now, it makes more sense now. And then you're gonna wonder like, holy shit, is a show like this deep way back then?
the star. I mean, I remember the show had a good run though. It wasn't like no one season. It had like a good.
It was a lot.
Solid run.
Bob watched the whole season. She watched more than me.
Yeah, because I remember it was on. Oh my god, it's been on so many damn different networks, but it jumped around a lot. I think it was on Showtime at first, and then Sci-Fi Channel and some other shit. But holy shit, that's a hell of a run.
Oh, we overtime. Yeah,
Ew.
Bob finished it. She finished all of it, the 100s and everything. She knows like all
of it.
government conspiracies like within TV shows.
Man, Bob be on top of
There
it.
has to be like way more.
It's gotta be.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yes.
We hope you guys enjoyed the show and found it informative. If you did, please be sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast platform. If you have any feedbacks or ideas for future episodes, please don't hesitate to reach out. You guys can leave a comment on any one of our videos. Catch us on Instagram or TikTok. If you guys want us to cover whatever,
Let us know.
let us know. We'll be back next week.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. Catch you guys next week. Peace out.
Love you guys.
Adios.
It's not illegal to not listen to music. It's illegal to